95 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Bishara in the northern region, in Kigali in the Savannah region, Hogbet Radio in the Volta region, ATL FM in the central region, and Koforidua Technical University Radio in the eastern region. In London, it's on ABN Radio and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. Up in this edition, 55-year-old man arrested by Wager police for cutting off part of his son's ear with blade for allegedly stealing from him.
The 10-year-old boy was sent to the Mountain Polyclinic for medical attention. Police would make sure he is processed before the law court.
Also, 2 more persons dead from cerebrospinal meningitis in the Upper West region, pushing death toll in the region to 45.
I think we have 2 more deaths, so there are 45. And in all, it has moved from 273 to about 315 cases.
We've got details.
In business, prices of some petroleum products could go up by as much as 13% later this week. Details in 15 minutes.
And Deputy Health Minister touts government's testing procedures as it comes under fire from fact-checking website AFP, challenging claims President Akufo-Addo made by President Akufo-Addo that Ghana has administered more COVID-19 tests than any other country in Africa.
There are 54 countries on the continent. You are a citizen of a country that is part of the first 3. Our argument should not be whether we are on the first of the 3 or the second of the 3.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Health Service has called on Ghanaians to take COVID-19 seriously as some persons express skepticism about the existence of a disease.
Government will do its part. Everyone should be part of it, and it should be everybody's business.
We have details of these and other stories here in the package. Thank you for joining us. Now, a 55-year-old man has been arrested by the Wager police for cutting off part of his son's ear with a blade, allegedly for stealing from him at Obom Domiabra. Osman Mumuni chopped off part of the right ear of a boy and also placed his fingers in an open fire on suspicion he stole 250 Ghana cedis. Accra Region Police PRO DSP Fiatenge tells Joy News the suspect confessed the crime but claimed the victim is stubborn.
The 10-year-old boy who was seen in severe pains was sent to the Mountain Polyclinic for medical attention. He has since been released to his mother as police continue with the investigation. Police will use this platform to appeal to guardians, parents, not to transfer their anger to the children, and the police will make sure he is processed before the law court.
You heard the Accra Regional Police PRO DSP Fiatenge. Let's now bring you an update on the 3-year-old boy in Kumasi whose father beat him up mercilessly, leaving him bedridden with sores while he took his first steps yesterday after a week of hospitalization. My colleague Erastus Asaridonko, who's been following up on this story, reports that doctors are impressed about the boy's recovery.
The boy made his first steps on his own, walking, though he's limping as he walks, but it's a relief to the mother. Doctors are saying that he's so far done very well responding to treatment, and so we are hoping that in the coming days the pain in the legs, in the back will go down completely and he'll be able to walk normally.
Some great progress there, Erastus Saridonko. Let's take you now to the Upper West region where cerebrospinal meningitis outbreak has claimed 2 more lives, bringing the death toll to 45. The total case count now stands at 315 from the 273 previously recorded. Deputy Health Minister Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who led a team of health experts to the region to deal with the situation, made the announcement on Beyond the Lockdown show on the Joy News channel last night.
The last time when I was there, we had about 43 deaths. I think we have 2 more deaths, so there are 45. And in all, it had moved from 273 to about 315 cases. But the good news is that we are dealing with 5 active cases now as we speak. And out of the 5, 4 on admission and are stable. You might be tempted to think because of COVID, we have neglected. But they too, they were dealing with a novel in code because the serotype they were dealing with is not known to usually cause outbreaks, and we are working at it.
Let's still stay with the Deputy Health Minister because he's asking critics of government to concentrate on the effectiveness of a country's testing procedures rather than Ghana's rank in COVID-19 testing in Africa. His comments were in reaction to an article by fact-checking website AFP, which challenged claims that Ghana has administered more COVID-19 tests than any other country in Africa. The AFP said available statistics they found indicates that Ghana comes behind South Africa and at least 2 other African countries in testing. While speaking on Beyond the Lockdown show with MFR Pau, Dr. Bernard Okoboy maintained Ghana is part of the top countries in Africa undertaking rigorous testing.
We've jumped from about 1,005 to at least 5,000 a day. This is a graph that should make us proud as Ghanaians, that on the continent we are standing with 2 or 3, showing the way. This issue of, but South Africa came before you, or you are just behind Mauritius.
Because we were told clearly that we are leading when it comes to testing but Africa.
There are 54 countries on the continent. You are a citizen of a country that is part of the first 3. Our argument should not be whether we are one of the 3 or the second of the 3.
The Deputy Minister also disclosed the herbal drug manufactured by Madagascar for treating the disease, which government requested is still undergoing tests by the Food and Drugs Authority. He, however, assured it will be administered in Ghana if it proves to be effective.
We want to make sure that in trying to do good, you don't cause more harm. Once you are in a war, when you hear of a tool that is effective, you want to test it. If it appears to be efficacious, why not?
Where are we with that?
The protocol is that we'll let FDA take a look. If it is safe for use, then we can look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, the Deputy Health Minister, Dr. Bernard Okoboy. Let's also stay with COVID-related stories a while longer, because there is some caution that we should prepare to live with COVID-19 for years to come. That's according to Director of Institutional Care Division of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Samuel Kaba Korea. He says Ghanaians must take the disease seriously. He was reacting to doubts expressed by some Ghanaians over the reality of the virus and the number of positive cases recorded so far. Shortly, we'll hear from Dr. Korea, but first listen to some Ghanaians who spoke to Joy News on the subject.
I don't sure that the thing is real. The thing is deal, but you know the Ghana here.
It's better for them to tell us the exact number and the people who have contracted the disease. The numbers are anonymous. Me personally, I don't believe in it.
Is this figure they are showing on TV, is it real? Where are the people that recover from this sickness? We don't see them.
We can now hear from Director of Institutional Care Division at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Samuel Kaba Korea.
People will keep asking questions as long as they don't believe it, and as long as the community is not owning this issue of COVID-19. And owning means that when people are infected, the community is able to come out and say, look, we have this person. It should be everybody's business. What we plan to do and what is already in action is to have the communities to own this particular issue of COVID-19. Government will do its part, but it should be everybody's business.
You heard the Director of Institutional Care Division at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Samuel Kaba Korea. He was speaking on Beyond the Lockdown show on the Joy News channel with MFA Apau. Let's move away from COVID-related stories. And the number of people working at the presidency has reduced from 957 in 2018 to 934 in 2019, according to a list submitted by the presidency to Parliament in fulfillment of the Office of the President Act. In the year 2019, there were 623 civil and public sector employees at the presidency and 311 political appointees. Parliamentary correspondent Joseph Opoku-Gakpo has more.
According to the document submitted to Parliament, there are 5 ministers of state at the presidency, 36 presidential staffers, and 270 other junior political appointees, bringing the total number of political appointees to 311. Also, there are a total of 623 civil and public sector employees at the presidency, including 57 workers at the Public Works Department, 65 Ghana National Service personnel, 9 personnel from the Ghana Audit Service, 15 from the Control and Accountant General's Department, 46 from the Ghana Health Service, and 54 from the Parks and Gardens Department. The 5 ministers of state serving as presidential staffers are Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, Catherine Afeku, Sarah Joasafo, Bane Champon, and Dr. Kweku Efriye.
Parliamentary correspondent Joseph Opoku-Gakpo's report there. That'll be our package for today. But our top stories this morning: 55-year-old man arrested by Wager police for cutting off part of his son's ear with a blade for allegedly stealing from him is in the grips of police, and he will be put before court, according to the Accra Region Police PRO. Also, 2 more persons dead from cerebrospinal meningitis in the Upper West region, pushing death toll in the region to 45. A few tips as the newly constructed Tema interchange is open to traffic. Keep your distance from the car in front while using the motorway. If it is going to be your first time on the motorway, it might be worth having a more experienced driver with you. Also, run some basic checks on your car beforehand. You do not want to run low on oil or blow out a tire on the motorway. That's how you arrive alive. We leave you this morning with this coronavirus song by Amanziba Nats Brew, performed last night at the VGMA Heroes concert in honor of frontline workers, titled Yenkuntia COVID.
Nanagina Binti on you corona and some French I'm not repeat. Kufona I'm so gone. What is that now? And then now when you're brave.
Charlie, check this. The sound of this engine, music to my ears.
I tell you. But you check your engine oil.
I always they tell you I check. I've told you I only use total